Hey, what's up? It's CJ. I'm trying out a new thing where I comment on my games and do a screen recording. I think it'll help me improve, and I can look over my games after I'm finished and see what I missed, because it's totally different. I realized, like, watching my screen recordings, my thought process is totally different than it was when I was actually playing. So maybe this will help me, like, be a little more objective. Uh, okay, game aborted. I guess he wants to be black. All right, let's play. So I'll play e4. Usually I play the King's Gambit, actually. Let's do that. I'm going to play the King's Gambit, and we'll see how it goes. I usually play knight out to f3, bishop out to c4, and have pressure on that f7 pawn, which is what I'm going to do right now. If he comes out to pin my bishop, I play h3 and kick him. He has to take because if he retreats to retain the pin, if he goes back to h5, then I advance to g4. If he goes back to g6, then I just advance my f pawn to f5, and he's trapped. Little King's Gambit trap that I normally do. So I guess I'll develop normally. Bishop out to c4, kind of setting the initial stages of putting pressure on his f7 pawn. I'll castle with my rook on that file. If he ever takes this pawn, then I can advance d4, attacking it with my bishop, and he's got to respond to that. I got to defend my pawn that's hanging. I know my rating here, it says 1667, or like I'm above a 1600 player or something, but that's not totally accurate. I think I'm more of like a 13 or 1400 player. It's just kind of like how I've gotten lucky with the games that I've played, or well, I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's not totally accurate. Or maybe it's because I play all these tricky lines. Like whoever plays the King's Gambit, I don't know. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna recapture with my queen, and after I castle, I'll have a lot of pressure on that f7 pawn in case his knight ever moves. In fact, I'll probably try to encourage it with knight into d5. So yeah, I'll take with my queen. I mean, now if he takes my pawn, I can't really advance to d4 because my knight wasn't protecting it anymore. Uh, yeah, okay, so his threats are obviously he's forking my queen and the c2 pawn to fork my king and rook. Check. So I think I would just. It looks totally wrong to bring my queen into d3. It looks terrible because then I'm blocking my d pawn and I'm off of the like d1 h5 diagonal. So I'm just gonna drop my queen all the way back, and I don't think his threats are um, anything really. Yeah, if he ever takes that pawn now, I will have a loose knight to work with. By that I mean his knight will be loose, and I'll get to work with it. So with that move, he's probably preparing to advance to d5 to support it, so then he can get his bishop out and stuff. So I actually don't know if I should castle, seeing as how that dark square diagonal will soon be open. So I think I'm just gonna fight to get his knight out. Is that a waste of time? I don't see a quicker way to develop actually. Like if I go knight e2 and he pushes d5, I take, he takes. I don't have check. I guess I will have check. Yeah, okay, fine. So my plan was the reason I wanted to move my knight so I could kick him with c3. But if he pushes, I guess I'm not exactly sure what I would do. So castling is a little scary. Castling is a little scary. But I'm going to do it anyway. Why? Just because it activates my rook. Plus, then I finally have ideas of taking his e-pawn and just opening up the center. So I'm going to do that. If he advances, I'll take to open the center. If he takes again, I can actually just take with my e-pawn, or my f-pawn. Right? He'll take my bishop, I'll take his knight, and then he's either going to have to take, and I'll take with my rook. Oh no, but his queen is guarding that a couple times. Yeah, so I'm taking, and we're just going to open up the center because his king's still in the center of the board, which is to my benefit right now, which is usually to the other player's benefit, I guess. So yeah, his knight is gone from defending that. Interesting. So what that means is after I take and I can put my queen out to h5, I'm targeting that f7 pawn pretty heavily. This knight is attacking my f4 pawn, and I want to move it anyway. Nothing's under attack besides my knight down here, which I don't really care about, so I'm going to go ahead and take this guy and open up lines against his king. If he moves bishop out to c5, preparing some discovered stuff, I guess I will just move my king out of the way to the light square, h1. Yeah, so I'm gonna post this video, probably put it on Reddit on our chess. If you guys can help me like analyze my thought process, tell me things that I'm missing or like more patterns as to why I'm messing up as much as I do, that would be sweet. I really like every time I read those threads, I get more and more impressed by how much you guys know. Really. Okay, so this move can't be right. It just can't be right. He wants to trade off my light square bishop, which is fine with me because this knight is his best piece right now. So what are my options? I can counterattack, which is a bad idea because if I move my king to h5 threatening mate, he can advance g6. Then my bishop and my queen are under attack and I can't defend both of them. The sack is always interesting, meaning I could take this pawn with my knight. But that's silly also. So what about just dropping it back, staying on diagonal? If he trades, then I will maybe I'll actually capture, yeah, I'll capture towards the center with my a pawn and have my rook more active on that half open file. Plus my bishop back here is guarding the c2 pawn. So in case my queen ever moves, which I plan on it, the knight can't just capture that hanging pawn. So we can capture my knight and my bishop, forcing me to recapture with pawns both times. Yeah, okay, so this is what I was talking about. Just move my king. Yep. And if he castles short, I can put my queen on g4. And after I advance, after I move up my pawn, d2, d3, I have that little trick of putting my bishop on h6. So I'm going to put my queen directly opposite his king, because it's doing nothing over where it is right now. To my eye, the e6 pawn is actually really helpful for me. It prevents a knight from getting into f6, which is usually like the best defender of the king. Or maybe not the best, but a really good one. Like I could never make this queen move if a knight is situated on f6. So he just really wants to get rid of my pawn. But do I want to let him? I don't know. Could just drop my queen back. Drop my queen back and keep it opposite the king. If he ever moves his queen, his knight will be hanging. Like if I take, no, okay. Maybe I'll just keep the queen opposite here. Do I want it? I'll keep it opposite his king, kind of defending my pawn. He can't threaten my queen with knight to e2 because my knight is defending it. He could take my knight. Oh no! Oh, okay. Now this knight is pinned. Actually, I totally missed that. So I know usually with f pawn advances you have to be wary of the king's safety, and it's exactly what happened. He advanced it, so now this knight, which used to be freely mobile, was pinned. So he did the smart thing and gobbled up my bishop to break the pin. So do I recapture this immediately? Is there something else I want to do first? No, I guess so. I guess I'll recapture immediately. He can take my knight and wreck my pawn structure even more, but I hope he takes my knight so I can have a reason to move my d pawn. Again, the reason I want to move my d pawn so that I can put my bishop out to h6. So what's his move now? I guess he wants to threaten. He wants to get rid of this pawn on e5. So he can do that a couple ways. He can put his queen out to c7. He can put his rook to e8. I don't know. I'm defending it with my queen right now. Plus, I have plans soon. I do want to play d4 actually. How do I set that up? I guess I don't really have to right now. I want to play d3. What's he going to do? If he takes, I'm not even going to recapture right away. I'll just put my bishop on h6. He might have to give up the exchange. No, maybe I will recapture, because then if he recaptures with his, or if he captures again, but so bishop takes c3, bishop h6, pawn. No, okay. Okay. What? So if I just keep my, if I just move my queen right, oh, that's why he wants to attack that pawn now. He is attacking that pawn. Did he miss that I'm defending it a bunch of times? Like if I just take with my bishop, what does he do? He takes with his knight or something? Well, I'm pretty sure he's not allowed to do this. Pretty sure he's not allowed to do that. I'm going to go ahead and take it with my bishop. He's allowing like this rook up and over type deal. Oh, man, I'm not doing a good job calculating. Like when I take with my rook, he's going to, oh no, but he can't pin me because I have rook takes check. I thought he was going to take my pawn with his bishop and then pin my rook to my queen. But I can always just win his bishop that way by taking on an f8 check. He has to respond to that, which leaves his loose bishop completely undefended. I can scoop it up with my queen. So that's that. The best thing to my eye would be to move my rook A, over to f8. And just double up there. I can't move my knight because this pawn is weak. He's attacking this pawn twice. But his bishop is completely loose. Is there a reason I can't take it? I almost didn't consider it just because I figured it was some kind of trap, but it looks like it's not a trap at all. I mean, what if I take? Then he can't take it with his queen. I don't know. Maybe that was just a blunder by my opponent. That's possible. Oh, and he resigned. All right. Well, kind of a weird game for my first commentary, my first screencast commentary, because he kind of resigned early. But I guess he just blundered a piece, and that was that. I'm sure I missed a bunch of things. So yeah, like I said, I'll post this on Reddit. Let me know what you think if you watched this through the end. That was awesome of you. Thanks so much. Yeah, let me know where my thinking goes awry, what I should be considering differently than I am, kind of strategic mistakes that I'm making, and that's about it. Thanks a lot, guys. I hope to check out what you have to say in the comments. Till next time.